I think it's important not to measure impact by if you win.
Human rights are of no use to anybody. If they're words on a page, they're in a piece of legislation, they're on a dusty shelf and they don't go anywhere. The measure of success is whether something has happened or changed on the ground for the people.
You know, if we're not measuring the state of community empowerment, how that gets sustained, if in an abolition campaign those things don't count, then we're leaving real value on the table. Those energies are going to dissipate and opportunities will have been lost.
In our work, our success is when the people we work with, the social movements and the organizations and communities, feel that they've been assisted. And we know when that happens because we're constantly speaking to those communities.
I think you can win without winning in the courts, right? If we have done an amazing job about educating the public and, making, bringing attention to an issue that, previously had gone overlooked, I think that's something that's successful. If you've brought an enormous number of people into a movement that had not previously been engaged, that's a win.
It's really important to think about measuring progress in terms of some incremental steps and looking at it from the short term, the medium term, and long term.
The issues are different, but whether it's racism in the States, whether it's racism as directed towards the Roma, or if it's religious strife that still tears community in Belfast apart, those issues take a long time to heal. And we're part of an international struggle towards that greater, more meaningful peace.
I think if you ask a lawyer this, and I'm a trained lawyer, so that's the typical lawyer answer, I think would be to say, oh, well, let's look at the judgments that you get in these cases. And I think that that's the wrong answer, or it's only part of the answer. I think the real way to measure impact with litigation is to say, how has the behavior of the defendant changed following a case? That's the real question we have to answer.
There are a variety of markers that you can look at, right? Like the level of engagement, information that had not previously been in the public sphere, right? Is there more media attention? There are just a variety of markers that you can look at beyond, was there a court decision?
And it's not about the court victory. You may lose that case, but at the end of the day, you may have created a stronger power base within the community. You may have gotten more journalists engaged in this issue. You may have put different pressure on the government to change its ways without the court decision.
Other things that you can look at is, I think, the change in the behavior of the courts. So I think that donors who are funding litigation work should be looking for really interesting, different shifts in the way that courts decide these difficult cases.
If the world of human beings remains unchanged, even though you might have the best constitution in the world, the best Bill of Rights in the world, the best court case in the world, then you're not succeeding. Things have to move on the ground as a consequence of all this.